Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the Flags Speedway. As it's tonight, the debut of the Maine Sim Racing Series. Drivers from all over the state of Maine getting ready to do battle. You see them weekly up at the Oxford Plains Speedways, up at Beach Ridge, but now you can see them right here during the wintertime on the Turn 3 Racing Network as they battle all the virtual racetracks from around the United States. Tonight we're at Pensacola, Florida at the Flags Speedway, home of the Snowball Derby, where this is the inaugural season for the Maine Sim Racers, and it is being brought to you by B&S Scrap and Recycling here tonight. They are a metal scrap recycling company and metal dealer that services customers in Maine. So check them out. They've been in business since 1995. Can be brought to them. Very nice looking facility here, and making all of tonight's races possible is B&S Scrap Recycling. They'll have our blimp cam, which we are on right now, looking high from above the Flags Speedway. Practice just starting to wrap up here. I can tell you right now, Matthew Burgoyne is the fastest driver in practice. But how will that shake out when we go into the draws here tonight for our heat races? So talking about tonight, let's take a look at what we have on tap for tonight. It is 150 lap is the main event, but how do we get there? Well, we have random heat races. Top four will advance from each heat race, then followed by a last chance qualifier, hopefully. Right now, talking to race admin Sean Campbell, he is working out the details on the last chance qualifier. 25 cars will start the 150 lap main event, and everybody will have one set of tires in the pits here as we are from the Pensacola, Florida region. Temperature 87 degrees outside on the track and is 79 degrees up in there, partly cloudy skies. Perfect weather for racing here tonight as we get ready to go with our qualifying procedures. It's going to be a great night. Right now, 39 drivers in practice. It looks like 40 just joining the server as we have a stacked field of racers that have come out here tonight for the opening season. Well, as we get ready for heat races about 30 seconds out, we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors. And welcome back to the Pensacola Speedway, the Flags Speedway here tonight. Heat race number one, getting ready to go out onto the racetrack. And this is how the B&S Scrap Recycling heat race number one will go off. Garrett Lamb in car number 38 will start on the front row. To his outside, Michelangelo Cicerelli in car number 54 will start on the outside of that front row here tonight. As we take a look here, starting on the inside of row number 2 will be Trevor Grafam in car number 84 and Aaron Wrench in car number 42. Starting on the inside of row number 3 will be the 725 of Landon Tapley. To his outside, the 17, that is Jason Ricker. Devin Landry will start in the 7th position in the car number 012, and to his outside, Kenny Tripp in car number 12. Caleb Tremaine in car number 84 will start 9th. To his outside will be the number 74. That is Brandon Bailey. In shotgun and heat race number 1 will be the number 47. That is Christopher Burgess. Burgess in car number 47. That is your 11 cars starting field here tonight for heat race number 1. Top 4 cars will advance into tonight's main event as they get ready to go racing. Hey, remember, Garrett Lamb and Cicerelli up on the front row, the pace car. Gonna wave them back around as they'll get the white flag, this time off turn number 4. We do have some onboard cameras as we take a look back at the rest of the field on our BNS Scrap Recycling onboard camera. Looking back, see that sun, that could be an issue coming off of turn number 2. There'll be some glares here off of turn numbers 2. You see that glare right there. Could get in the eyes here. It is almost behind the trees. So that means it is time to go racing. Nighttime is the right time, they always say. This is our first green flag for the Maine Sim Racing Series. About to get underway here on BNS Scrap Recycling Night. Green flag is up by flagger Barney. And we are underway with heat race number 1. 12 laps is the distance. It'll be Lamb jumping out to the early race lead. The 54 of Cicerelli going to slide back. He's already back to the 6th spot. 3 wide down the backstretch. That number 42 of Wrench in your 5th spot. Landry into 012. That all white car is your top 3 cars. Single file it out. And now Landry's going to quickly move up 3 positions. As one car that looks like Tapley going to go high side in that 725. He'll slide it back down in the spot number 7. One car out of shape. That was Aaron Wrench and that number 42. He's shotgun on the field right now, but up front, Garrett Lamb showing the way. He has opened up a good, healthy advantage. A half a second over Graffin, Ricker, and Landry. That's your top 4. Remember, top 4 are your transfer positions. Landry now starting to put pressure on the number 9, the 17 on your scoring. That number 9 is Ricker. Every spot is going to be closer to the front here in this qualifying. They might be in a qualifying position, but these drivers want to get to the front and have to do it in a hurry here. 8 laps remaining back here. 5th spot is Kenny Tripp. And car number 12 looks like Ricker maybe having some issues dropping out of that transfer spot. Ricker all the way from the in, all the way to the outhouse. Tough break for that number 9 as he is dropped to the back of the field. That allows Landry a little bit of breathing space, and it is the number 12 of Kenny Tripp. He's been gifted that 4th and final transfer spot. Bailey in car number 74 right there behind him, trying to find the fast way around. We go on board as he heads down through turns 3 and 4. There's no markers on that. You can easily get down on the apron, get these cars really upset. They laid down a lot of rubber during practice as they work down the backstretch. 5 laps to go. This time it'll be 4 laps to go for Lamb, who's stretched it out to almost a second lead. He's out front here. We work down in the turns 3 and 4. Heat race number 1 going pretty good right now. Landry starting to put the pressure on Graffam. That's the battle for your number 2 position. For heat race number 1, I believe we're going to have 4 heat races here tonight. Two laps to go. The rabbit ears are up for the number 38 of Lamb. He works down the backstretch. Been uncontested since the green flag is dropped here in heat race number 1. So it'll be the white silk final trip around the speedway for that Night Owl, number 38. Libby Septic Shamrock Farms on this driver out of Windham, Maine. He's going to come off turn number 4. He'll take the inaugural checkered flag in heat race number 1. Graffam, Tripp, and Bailey, your top 4 that'll transfer into the next round. So that's your top 4 that'll transfer into tonight's BNS Scrap 150. Heat race number 2 getting ready to get piled up here on the front stretch. Let's take a look and see who is in this one. Starting on the inside of the front row will be car number 39. That is Max Cookson. Cookson, a wheelman out there in car number 39. To his outside will be Brandon Varney in car number 1. Starting on the inside of row number 2 will be Nick Morton in car number 00. Matthew Burgoyne, our fastest driver in practice, will start on the outside of row number 2 in that black number 3. Starting on the inside of row number 3, that'll be the number 46. That is Chris Downing. To his outside, John Johnson in car number 9. Andrew McLaughlin in car number 26 will start in the 7th position. To his outside will be the number 88. That is Chris Ryan. The 5th and final row in heat race number 2, Justin Galoo in car number 984, and Barry Poland in car number 25. That's going to be your 10-car starting field here tonight for the BNS Scrap Metals Scrap Recycling heat race number 2. 10 drivers trying to make it into your top 4. Max Cookson up on the front of this one as they get the white silk. Will be green flag racing here. The first heat race, green to checkered. Cookson going to try to do that as well. He's got splash and go on the side of that number 39. Pace car pulls off. Field's in the hands of Barney, our chief flagger here at the Flags Speedway. Green flag is out, and we are underway with heat race number 2. Down in the turn number 1 they go. Cookson's going to jump to that early race lead. The number 1 of Varney trying to cross him over. Couldn't quite do it. He's got the number 3 of Burgoyne all over the back bumper. The 00 of Morton. Downing, your top 5, 6 cars. All single file. Now the 3 of Burgoyne taking a look to the inside of Varney. The bid for your number 2 spot will come off turn number 2 side by side. And, well, the 3 of Burgoyne out to your number 2 spot. Side by side battle right behind them as the number 46 of Chris Downing trying to work underneath the 00 of Morton. Morton running that outside of the speedway. They've got the number 26 as Barry Poland's going to head pit side in car number 25, not to the start of the night. The 46 of Downing, all sorts of out of shape down here in the turn number 1 as we got 2 cars together here on the front stretch. Justin Galoo is part of that as well as we have our first yellow flag of the evening. Let's see what happened here. First yellow flag with 8 laps to go in heat race number 2. See, coming off turn number 4 here as we look on our turn 3 racing replay. Oh, the 00 Morton got the outside wall, and then the 985 of Galoo just out. Lost handling off turn number 2. Very easy to do, and the 25 of Barry Poland had nowhere to go. And our first yellow flag comes out. The crew down there getting the work done on that 985. So not the way that the night wanted to start here for our race for the 985 of Justin Galoo. Hopefully I'm saying the name right there. Yellow flag out here. The field is still pacing behind the pace car. So as we got a minute here, Brandon Varney runs there. He started on the outside of the front row. He'll restart on the inside of row number 2 when we get back going here. The 26th of Andrew McLaughlin up 3 spots, started 7th, finds himself in that 4th and final transfer spot at the moment as the field paces around here. Yellow light still staying out and around the speedway. One spot of a transfer spot, the 46. This is Chris Downing. Right behind them, the 00 of Nick Morton, Sean Johnson, and Chris Ryan in car number 88. Rounding out the 8 cars that are still on the racetrack, Justin Galoo and Barry Poland down on pit road. As we go on board with Max Cooks in there warming up the tires, keeping the heat in these Hoosier Racing tires. Lights are out on that Ford Mustang. That means we're going back green flag racing next time by. Matthew Burgoyne going to have to work that outside or get to the inside as quick as he can here. The outside, not where you quite want to be as they come off turn number 4, and the green flag will be back out, and we're going to be back underway with just 3 laps remaining in heat race number 2. Cookson with a nice jump, but here comes Burgoyne get rolling it outside. He'll tuck it back and line down the backstretch. Varney going side by side, the 26, working the outside. That's McLaughlin. He'll tuck it in line, trying to go from the high side to the bottom side to cover that number 46. So Drowning 1 spot out of the transfer, running there in your 5th spot. Cookson up front. He's got Burgoyne all over the back bumper as they get the white flag. Final trip around the speedway in heat race number 2. Oh, contact between the 26 of McLaughlin and the 1 of Varney. They got them stacked up off turn number 2. The battle for your transfer spot really heating up. Morton to the outside of Downing. Downing, one last ditch effort. Can't quite do it. It'll be Cookson, Burgoyne, Varney, and McLaughlin all advancing into this feature event here through heat race number 2. Downing, Johnson, Morton, Ryan, Galoo, and Poland all going to have to go from the LCQ coming up here in just a little bit. And just as quick as that one is done, we will be headed to our B&S Scrap Recycling heat race number 3 of the evening. And this is how they will line up here. Starting on the front row in heat race number 3 will be the 91. That's Christopher Blanchard. His outside will be Christopher Fortier in car number 23. Row number 2 consists of the 218. That's Timothy Collins. Outside of him, the 08 of Alan Grass. Grass going to start 4th here on the grid. Starting on the inside of row number 3 will be Tyler Gelbert, and outside of him will be Brian Lancaster in car number 81. Starting on the inside of row number 8, that'll be the number 86. That's Christopher York, excuse me, in car number 86. To his outside will be the number 68. That is Dan DeSanto. DeSanto in car number 68. Gleason Smith in car number 8. And to his outside will be the number 112 of Corey Bubar. Bubar in car number 112. Out of Windham, Maine, the J&A Simpson Coastal Road Repair entry. Going to start shotgun. Did not get a good draw at the sign-in gate here tonight. All of our heat races are done randomly by Iracing. These drivers do not have a say per se where they start here tonight. So by the luck of the draw, Fortier and Blanchard will start up on the front row. Then it'll be Collins and Grass, and row number 2 is the police car. We'll get ready to drop into pit road. Heat race actually getting ready to go. Heat race number 3 is green as they got 12 laps, and what a good start there by the 23 of Fortier. Fortier, you're going to jump out to your race lead. Blanchard in the second. Back here, good side-by-side battle. Here comes the 04 of Gelbert. Gelbert working to the inside of Grass. Grass stuck up on the high side with his Chevy going in the wrong direction. He'll fall to your 7th spot. Here is the battle for your 4th spot is between Lancaster, who sits in 5th, and that car number 81. We go on board with the driver of the 81. He works there. You see the 04 get a nice run to the inside of that 218 of Collins. Collins works the outside of Speedway. He'll cut down low to block the advances of the number 81 of Lancaster. Oh, the 218 gets loose in front of him. We were on board, and around they go. So far, we stay clean and green, but that's really going to hurt the 81 of Lancaster. Is now he's on to the inside wall on the back stretch. Yellow flag is out here in heat race number 3. That all started on the front stretch off turn number 2. Let's see, the truck says they have it, so we'll pull it on up here. See the 218 of Collins working off of turn number 4. Just gets a little bit loose. And the 81 of Lancaster, nowhere to go. Then I believe that was Grass behind Lancaster, got in the back of him. Let's go on board here with the 08 of Grass as we go in car. See what he saw. It wasn't Grass up there. That was the number 86 of York that was involved with that one. That will move 40er to the inside of row number 1 when we go back green flag racing. The 91 of Christopher Blanchard will start to the outside. Up 2 spots from his starting spot. He started 5th on the grid in heat race number 3, the 04 car. Right there. That is Tyler Jalbert, car number 04. He currently rides in our 3rd spot. 1 spot to the outside of him will be this driver, the 86 of Chris York. He's from Turner, Maine, in the Central Maine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, car number 86. He's your 4th and final car so far into the main event. 1 spot out of a top 5 or top 4 run is this driver, the number 112 of Corey Bubar. He started in the 10th position, finds himself all the way up in the 5th, vying for that 4th and final transfer spot as they head down here in the turn. It'll be the number 23 leading the way to Barney off of turn number 4. Green flag is up, and we are back underway with just 4 laps to go in B&S Scrap Recycling Heat Race number 3. 91 of Blanchard on the outside, nowhere to go, got shuffled out. He'll move back to your 4th and final transfer spot. Here comes Grass in that 08. He's battling with York and the number 81 of Lancaster. And that's the Santo back there in car number 68 now. Good side-by-side battle back here for your transfer spot. The 08 of Grass, 1 spot out of it. Now puts the nose out in front of the 91 of Blanchard. Blanchard up the racetrack. 2 laps to go is now it is Jalbert all over the back bumper, trying to do the crossover. Down the backstretch to the back bumper. Who will win heat race number 3? We got 1 more circuit to figure it out. Fortier showing the way. Here comes the 04 to the inside. Oh, contact with your race leader. Fortier up the racetrack. It'll put the 04 Jalbert. Here comes Bubar to the outside. Wheel to wheel through turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag is up. Who's going to win it? At the line, it's going to be the 04 Jalbert. Bubar will finish 2nd. Grass 3rd. 4th will go to the number 8 of Smith, and Chris Fortier went from leading and into the show to being in the LCQ. He'll finish in your 5th position here in heat race number 3. So our 4th, I believe, of our final 4 heat is up onto the grid. Let's see how they will start here tonight. Starting up on the front row will be Nathan Barth in car number 37. To his outside will be Kyle Mooney in car number 92. Brian Treadwell and Ashton Burgess make up row number 2. The outside of him, the number 31 of Scott Tapley, and Kevin Douglas make up row number 3. Starting 7th will be the number 94. That's Cody Childs in car number 94. Sean Campbell, our race director, was slated to go 8th. We'll see if he takes to the grid. I don't believe so. Matthew Gain will start 9th, and Cameron Campbell will start in the 4th, in car number 4 in the 10th spot. I imagine he will slide up 1 position here. as we wait for the green flag here. Heat race number 2. So taking a look back here at our heat race 3 race results real quick here. We'll see that it was indeed the 0-4 of Tyler Gelbert picking up the win. Corey Bubar will finish in your number 2 spot. Alan Grass and Gleason Smith rounding out your top 4. They are your 4 cars that will transfer automatically into tonight's 150 lapper presented by B&S Scrap Recycling. Thank you guys for tuning on into the Turn 3 Racing Network. My name is Al Smith here, bringing you all the action from the Flags Speedway. If you have not done yet, hit that subscribe button. You'll get notified whenever we go live, which is every day of the week. We have it all the way from short track racing like you're watching here tonight to the cup cars. We have it covered from both dirt and asphalt. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. Let these drivers know that you appreciate what they are doing for you out here tonight. Heat race number 4, getting ready to get the green flag, and it'll be Nathan Barth hard on the loud pedal first. He'll jump out over the 92 of Mooney. Treadwell and Burgess sit there in your 3rd and 4th spot. 1 to 31 of Tapley trying to hold off Childs. He'll do so down in the turn numbers 3 and 4. The 94 out of shape and into the tire. Cody Childs hard into that tire, and I believe he'll be stuck on that tire. Tough break for the 94 of Childs as yellow flag is out for the stuck car of Childs down there between turns 3 and 4. Hopefully he has Hans' device on. I've hit that wall myself and it does not move. It stops you in a hurry. So tough break for the 94 of Childs, the Auburn, Maine driver with a military talent source. MEMA Technology Education Center sponsored number 94. He had to take the quick tow down to his pit box. We'll probably see him back out here in the last chance qualifier, which will be coming up next here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Maine Sim Racing Series. This is their debut season. Glad that we could bring you all the action. We go on board here with our race leader, Nathan Barr, car number 37. Good turnout, over 40 cars in the pits here tonight. Great turnout on a Wednesday night. Hopefully you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. See the top of the speed, top of there. You see how many laps to go with our ticker here in heat race number 3. The PFC breaks number 37 out on the front of this one. Kyle Mooney, car number 92. The Mooney's Live Bait sponsored 92 out of Auburn, Maine. Ashton Burgess in that number 43. Sharp looking automobile out there tonight. Really like the old Valvoline colors. Good to see him on the racetrack. He quietly rides in your 3rd spot. Then it's the 31 of Scott Tapley. Tapley going to sit there in your 4th and final transfer spot as of right now here in the B&S Scrap Recycling Heat Race number 4. Brian Treadwell in car number 48 rides there in your 5th spot. 6th spot is Matthew Gain in car number 61. As the field gets doubled up behind our pace car, we'll be getting the green flags. Look like trouble for the 37. Nathan Barth being directed to the back of the field, so your race leader being shuffled to the rear of the field. That'll put the 92 of Kyle Mooney up on the front of this one. Everybody's shuffling up here. We get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Barney the flagman throws the green flag, and we are back underway. Mooney, Tapley, Burgess, your top three. Tapley up the racetrack. He'll move it up. Here comes Brian Treadwell trying to fill the gap. Couldn't quite do it. Treadwell, and Gain battling for that fourth and final transfer. That Jägermeister, number 61, rolling the outside of the speedway. We've yet to see that happen here tonight. He'll take that fourth and final transfer spot so far. Treadwell right back to there. It'll be door-to-door off of turn numbers 2 into turn 3. Oh, slight contact between the 48. That'll send the 61 up the racetrack and into the fence. Treadwell just pushed up the racetrack just a little bit. And up and into the outside was the 61 again. Here comes the 37 of Nathan Barth. Barth working up to the 5th spot, was sent to the rear. A little bit of electrical issues on Treadwell. The 4th and final transfer. Here's the bid for your transfer spot. Off of turn numbers 2. It'll be a little bit of loose for Treadwell up the racetrack. Now here comes Barth. Barth going to try to get back into the transfer spot with 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go. It is Kyle Mooney showing away down the backstretch. He'll get the checkered flag as he keeps it pointed in the right direction. This time off turn number 4. Mooney's going to pick up the win. The battle for your transfer spot is going to go to the 37 of Barth. Douglas, Campbell, Gain, and Treadwell going to round out your cars on racetrack. But Kyle Mooney going to pick up the win here in our heat race. So it looks like we are going to our warm-up period. So we will take a moment here, take a breath. Everybody's take and get out of your chairs, stretch a little bit. We'll be right back here. We're going to have our national anthems coming up for you guys. So we'll be right back here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the Maine Sim Racing Series, presented tonight by the BNS Scrap Recycling Group.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Butt Kicker Gamer 2. What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at Iracing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out Iracing.com.
Welcome back here to the Flags Speedway on our BNS recycling scrap night here at the Pensacola Speedway. We got to thank those guys for making tonight possible for the inaugural season for our Maine Sim Racing Series. Super late model action coming to you every other Wednesday. These guys will be back in action on Thayer's Automotive Race Engines Night at the Irwindale Speedway, December 2nd. So they'll have next week off here to celebrate in the States for Thanksgiving. Hopefully everybody's out there staying safe during these times. But right now, I don't think there's going to be a lot of people safe. We're looking at about a 26-car starting field for tonight's race here as we get ready to go gridding up for our first feature of the season. It is the BNS Scrap Recycling 150, and this is how we are going to line them up here on the front row. Will be your pole sitter, the number 38. He won heat race number 1. It is Garrett Lamb. To his outside, the number 39. That is Max Cookson. Cookson going to start on the outside of row number 1. Tyler Gelbert will start in row number 2 in the 04. He picked up the heat race number 3 win. Heat race number 4 winner Kyle Mooney will start 4th. 5th starting spot will go to the number 84 of Trevor Graffin. To his outside will be the number 3. That is Matthew Burgoyne. Burgoyne in car number 3 will start 6th. 7th starting spot will be the 112 of Corey Bubar. To his outside, the 43. That is Ashton Burgess. Burgess will start 8th. 9th starting spot will go to Kenny Tripp in car number 12. To his outside, the number 10 of Brandon Varney was in car number 1. Varney going to start 10th. Starting 11th on the grid will be the number 08. This is Alan Grass. Starting to his outside, the number 31. That is Scott Tapley. 13th starting spot will be the number 74. This is number 74 of Brandon Bailey. To his outside, the 26 of Andrew McLaughlin. McLaughlin, car number 26, will start 14th. Gleason will start in the number 8 car. Will start in 15th. That is Gleason Smith. To his outside, the 37 of Nathan Barth. I don't expect to see him back there. He quickly came from the tail of heat race number 4 into a transfer spot. So he was our 16th and final starter based off of our heat race transfers. And starting in the 17th spot will be Devin Landry. In car number 012, to his outside, the 46 of Chris Downing. Christopher 48 will start in the number 19th position in car number 23. Kevin Douglas in car number 18 will start 20th. Next in the starting lineup here on the grid, well, they're a little bit out of order right now, but it'll be the number 9 of Sean Johnson. To his outside will be Cameron Campbell, Christopher Burgess, Nick Martin, Aaron Wrench, Dan DeSanto, Brian Treadwell, Jason Ricker, all making tonight's field. We have 26 drivers slated to start the field here tonight. It looks like more than 26 cars are lining up here on the racetrack. We look down from our blimp cam tonight, presented by B&S Scrap Recycling up in Hudson, Maine. We can't thank them enough for making tonight's action happen. B&S Scrap Recycling is a metal scrap recycling company and metal dealer that services customers in Maine. At our metal recycling facility, we purchase all types of metals, including automobile, copper, brass, aluminum, and many others. Head on over to B&S Scrap Recycling for all your recycling needs. You have to have a favorite out there. I see some people looking on for Nate Barth out there. We have the driver of the number 68, and we got some family members of Dan DeSanto out there. We enjoy you guys. Thank you for tuning in to tonight's season opener for the Maine Sim Racing Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. We have cameras all around this racetrack. We even got one up in the crowds. In the virtual world, we do not have to social distance, so we got them packed in here like sardine cans at the speedway as we take our look here from our spectator cam at the field, quietly waiting to get underway. Let's go on board with our pole sitter, the number 38, looking up at the driver. This driver, Garrett Lamb, he is starting on the front row. He'll lead us to the green flag for the first ever green flag for the Maine Sim Racing Series. It's gonna be a very exciting race, 150 laps in distance. Once we get ready to go here, we should be gridding, moving any moment. Field, set, revving their engines. You gotta have a favorite out there. I know I've already said it. Who's it gonna be out there tonight? 150 laps. Drivers do have one set of tires in the pits. Let's go over that information here tonight for the race information. We've already done our heat races. The LCQ got bypassed. They were supposed to take the top 3 out of those. So Sean Campbell, race director and promoter of the Maine Sim Racing Series, doing his due diligence up in the tower, making sure everybody's slated to start where they were supposed to. Temperature, 79 degrees. Air temperature, partly cloudy with an 8-mile-an-hour wind here tonight in Pensacola, Florida. Track temperature cooling down. We saw up near 90 degrees during heat races. It is now 81 degrees. When the grip comes up in the racetrack, we are going to see some multiple grooves of racing here tonight at the Flags Speedway. We'll take a look through the field. Looks like the 81 of Brian Lancaster in the field. Michelangelo Cicerelli started there on the back of the field as well. Jason Riker, car number 17 on our scoring, but he'll see him in that number 9 car. Then it's the 46 of Brian Treadwell as well. There he'll start in tonight's starting field. Looks like the grid being extended a little bit here as they get everybody time and scoring out there. Nick Martin 00. Christopher Burgess in car number 47. So we got everybody ready to go racing here. I'm excited. I've been up to the Beach Ridge Speedway many, many years ago. Loved it up there. My favorite class that they had up at the Beach Ridge Speedway was the pick-em-up trucks. I've seen the American Canadian Tour, the past tour. Some of these drivers are past series drivers. Number 8 of Gleason Smith is the spotter crew chief for the number 28 late model driven by J.R. Robinson. He also raced street stocks in the early 2000s at Speedway 95 and Unity Raceway. He's slated to start in the 15th spot in that car number 8. So we are getting ready to go with our feature event. Cars are being released behind our pace car. And the pace car will pull away. We are now just 2 short laps away from going green flag racing here tonight for the Maine Sim Racers. Looks like 28 cars gonna start the field here tonight, led by Garrett Lamb, Max Cookson. As we go down here too, they come off turn number 4. The fans are on their feet waving them off. It's the wave lap here at the Flags Speedway. We will be going green flag racing. 150 laps of action, super late model style here tonight. Kicking off night number 1. Who's it going to be? Garrett Lamb, Max Cookson on the front row. Jalbert Mooney, row number 2. Grafham, Bourgogne in row number 3. Is it going to be someone outside the top 10 that we're going to go racing with? That'll grace victory lane for the first time this season. Pace car is off. Barney with the green flag in hand. He is up. We are underway. Cookson with a nice start on the outside. Garrett Lamb going to challenge right back to the inside, painting that white line through turns 1 and 2. They'll still be door-to-door into turn number 3. Who will lead the inaugural lap of the Maine Sim Racing Series? It's going to be Lamb. Cookson with a peek down low, though. Cookson going to go from the high side to the inside. He's got Lamb up on the outside. They work off turn number 2, and it'll be Max Cookson jumping to your race lead. The 92 of Mooney in third. Burgoyne taking the 4th spot away from Jalbert. Jalbert back to 5th as your top 2 run nose to tail a little bit deeper back in the field here. We got some good side-by-side battles. The 74 of Bailey showing his way up through the field, trying to crack inside the top 10. The number 12, Alan Grass, going up the racetrack. He'll make contact with the 43 of Burgess. A little bit tight there. Here comes the 74 of Bailey. That's going to be the battle for your 11th position. His yellow flag is out. Is for the first time here tonight. Yellow flag is out. As we will take and try to find here on our replay down here in the truck. See what the yellow flag was for. Kenny Tripp going to come down pit road in car number 12. Let's see what the yellow flag was here for. Yellow flag waving. Don't see anything on track, so maybe some debris out onto the racetrack. Don't see anybody that got into trouble. The number 18 car got a little bit out of shape. He had contact with the 00 of Morton. So maybe Kevin Douglas facing the wrong way on the backstretch for our first yellow of the evening. Not the way that the driver out of Farmingdale, Maine wanted to start the season out. Heavy front end damage on that number 18 car. Sponsored by, it says, his back pocket. I think as all of us are racers, we all know how that can be. So Hopefully the 18 can get back out on the racetrack. He's down on pit road, as you see right there. Waiting to come be released back out, so he'll come back out onto the racetrack. 28 drivers took the green flag here tonight.
Colin, he's about 3 lanes too low.
Here, so hang on 1 second, we'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, just in the nick of time. Pace car pulling off the racetrack. We will be going green flag racing, this time off turn number 4. Green flag is back out, and we are underway here with our first restart of the evening. It'll be Max Cookson jumping out to your race lead. Here comes Burgoyne. He's challenging Lamb for your number 2 spot, and we are quickly underneath the yellow flag once again. This time it looks like Andrew McLaughlin caught up in this one, Brian Treadwell as well. So we will take a look here back on the replay. So let's see here. The truck says they got it queued up. We'll go back here and take a look here. Andrew McLaughlin in that number 08, I believe. Caught the inside wall and up the racetrack hard. The 26 of McLaughlin going up and over. Let's take another look here. Let's go on board with the driver of the 26 to see the 08 car of Alan Grass gets loose and up the racetrack and up and over the Rockstar Energy sponsored number 26 of Andrew McLaughlin. Heavy front end damage to that automobile. Ashton Burgess also involved in this one. We'll take another quick look at it from a different angle. 08 get down in the corner and just got loose and up and around and slaps there. The 48 of Treadwell, nowhere to go, getting into the left front of the 43 of Burgess. Heavy damage to the front of that Valvoline number 43. The 26 down in pit road trying to get some damage fixed. Treadwell going to come out as well, trying to beat that pace car up off of pit road. They will do so. Tough way to start there. Field pacing behind our pace car for the second time here tonight. Working lap 13 will be putting working lap 14 as they cross the stripes. They'll put 13 into the books. Lights go out behind the pace car. We're going to go back green flag racing. Max Cookson, Garrett Lamb, your top 2. Then third spot will be car number 3. That's Matthew Burgoyne. Kyle Mooney will start in the restart 4th. Trevor Graffam and Tyler Gelbert will start in row number 3. That's how your first 3 rows are going to start as they work through turns 3 and 4. We're going to go back green flag racing. Cookson and Lamb on the loud pedal. They'll gap the second row just by a little bit. Lamb can't quite slam the door shut. Here comes Burgoyne to the inside, this time off turn number 2. They'll get to the left rear quarter panel. Scraping the outside wall was Lamb. That's going to move him up the racetrack. That allows Burgoyne to move that number 3 into your number 2 position. Lamb able to get down in his Mooney and Graffam in car number 84. They run side by side. Now a single file. Here comes that 04 Jalbert. We saw that Coors Light entry be very quick in the heat races. Can he make it up inside the top 5? He sits 6 right now. Bubar in car number 04. Or the 112. That's the 12 on your screen right there behind him. That's your 7th place. Then the number 1 of Varney. Then we got a good side-by-side battle. The 74 of Brandon Bailey back there. He's battling the number 37 of Barth. Barth on the outside of that PFC Brakes number 37. He might be able to get down in front of Gleason Smith. He will do so. That was going to be a battle for your 11th spot. Morton in the 00 sits 12th. 13th is Scott Tapley. Alan Gross still down on pit road. He might be done for the evening. A little bit further back here, Kevin Douglas working underneath. Right in front of a good side-by-side battle of Treadwell in car number 46. York working the outside of the speedway. He is going in the wrong direction. If you are a York fan out there, might be trying to save some tires. 150 laps is a long ways to go on a set of tires here. They do have one set of rubber tires in the pits that they can put on here tonight. But up front, it is Cookson showing the way as we look back at the rest of the field. That number 3 Charger, the Dodge Charger, all over the back bumper of Cookson. That is Matthew Burgoyne. We ride on board. With Max Cookson, as we are under the yellow flag here once again. Looks like the 37 of Nathan Barth having some issues. A lot of front end damage to that PFC Brakes number 37. Let's take a look and see what happened to Barth. Working the outside, and Gleason just gets down into turn number 1 and just gets to the back bumper and up the racetrack. Not heavy contact. I do not believe that'll be a night ender for the 37 of Barth, but definitely not something that he wanted as our race leader. As we come back live, Max Cookson coming down pit road. Looks like they're putting on right side tires on that number 39. Garrett Lamb also down on pit road. Going to be a 4 tire stop. So these guys already going to take a look here. They're going to have to go 125 laps on their set of tires using the 4 that are in the pits here tonight. Some other drivers, Kevin Douglas down on pit road, Nathan Barth coming in this time. So that gives your race lead to this man, the driver of the number 3, the SRT Dodge Charger sponsored number 3, Matthew Burgoyne. Trevor Raffam runs there in your number 2 spot. 3rd spot, it goes to the number 92 of Kyle Mooney. The Mooney's live bait entry out of Auburn, Maine. Runs in your number 3 spot as we show him on screen. Right behind him, Tyler Jalbert in car number 4. And it's the number 12. That is Corey Bubar. He rounds out your current top 5. Brandon Bailey runs 6th. Nick Morton 7th. Then it is the number 31, Scott Tapley. Sharp looking race car that number 31 is. Christopher Fortier runs in 9th, and Sean Johnson in car number 9 up 12 positions. How about this out there, the number 00, Nick Morton up 19 positions, but that is not the hard charger. The hard charger so far is this man, the number 17 or the number 9? The number 9, this is Jason Ricker. He's up 21 positions since the green flag has dropped 29 laps ago. But they are double back up. It'll be Burgoyne and Graffam going to show us the way off of turn number 4 once the Ford Mustang pulls down to the safe haven of pit road. Pace cars off as we go green flag racing. We'll go live shots down at the racetrack. We are underway. That's how quick one lap is around the Five Flags Speedway. See where your favorite driver's running up there on the ticker as it scrolls around. 04 of Jalbert all the way up on the outside. He got stuck on the outside of this conveyor belt and not having any traction up there. His yellow flag number 3 going to come out here once again, slowing the field. And it was the number 46 of Brian Treadwell bringing out the yellow. So let's see here. We'll see if the truck says they got it. Let's take a look and see what happened to the number 46 of Brian Treadwell. See him working the inside of Barth, and connection issues come and warps right into the 43 of Aston Burgess. Tough break for the driver of the 48, Brian Treadwell. Let's take a look here once again. See him going down the backstretch. I call this electrical issues, but this is where there's connectivity issues in the Iracing sim itself, and see him warp in there. Then it just hooks the right rear on the 43 of Ashton Burgess. So we go back live here. Underneath the yellow flag here once again. Your race leader, the number 3, Matthew Burgoyne. These drivers do have some bonus point incentives out there. If you lead the most laps, you get 3 bonus points in the championship standings, or if you finish the race with 0 incidents. So you have 0 contact, 0 off tracks. Here tonight, you'll get an additional 3 bonus points. So your race winner could leave here with 66 points in his back pocket and what would have 9 races remaining in the season. Burgess showing the way. Then it's the 84, 92 of Mooney. New 4th place runner, that's the number 112 of Coy Bubar out of Windham, Maine. The J&A Simpson, Coastal Road Repair, Berry Race Cars and Customs, Strictly Roofing, number 112. Riding out there in your 4th position, Brandon Bailey in car number 74. He runs in 5th. Driver 1 spot out of the top 5. This is the number 00. This is Nick Martin. Your hard charger so far of the race, up 20 positions here tonight. Check on some of our guys that have pitted. The highest up is the number 12 of Kenny Tipp. He runs in your 9th position as we get ready to go back green flag racing. So we go on board with our race leader, Matthew Burgoyne, or this is Trevor Graffam. And we are underway. Three of Burgoyne working the inside. The Graffam with a nice run to the outside, but he's able to get down. Here comes Mooney. We look back at him. Off of turn number 4. That's how your top 10 run there. You'll see where your favorite driver runs if they're outside the top outside the top 10 currently. Burgoyne showing the way. A good battle back here though with the number 012 Kenny Tip working around the 17 with the number 9 car. That is Ricker. Max Cookson and Lamb are side by side. Those drivers came down. They already had their 4 fresh tires. One car slow on the outside will be 3 wide off of turn number 4. Somehow they were able to make it as Devin Landry going in the wrong direction. He'll slide in behind Cameron Campbell. That's in your 14th spot. Now he'll go back to work. Oh, Lamb and Cookson. Lamb and Cookson go around. Big trouble down here on the front stretch. The 47 going around. That's Christopher Burgess. Going around the 38 of Lamb. That was a big pile up off of turn number 4 here. Bringing out our 5th yellow of the evening. Let's take a look and see what happened to the number 38 and 39 of Cookson. They were side by side. Down the backstretch, Lamb had gotten around the 39 here. A little bit of a stack up, got into the back of the 38, and around went Cookson. Lamb chasing the car up the racetrack. York comes in, the Treadwell as well. Let's go on board here. You see the 38 Night Owl machine of Lamb. He gets got the inside wall, and it just hooked him up into the outside wall. And the 39 of Cookson's Splash and Go sponsored number 39. He's down on pit road. See Christopher York down the back stretch here. See the accident in front of him. Cars going everywhere. The 38 of Lamb also getting to the right rear corner of the 47 of Burgess. So a tough way to start here. We get closer to the halfway point. Slight contact there, causing the 38 to get to the inside retaining wall. Slides up and gets to the left rear corner of Max Cookson. Both those drivers down on pit road. Lamb's still going around the speedway, but he's got some heavy right front damage and left front damage to that number 38, the Night Owl Creations Libby Septic Shamrock Farms entry. Driver hails from Windham, Maine. Rides in your 14th position. Burgess and McLaughlin down on pit road as well. Burgess heavy right front damage. He pulls into his pit stall. Have his crew take a look at some of the right front. Hopefully did not knock the radiator out of the front of that number 47. So he pulls away. Matthew Burgess still showing the way here. As they pace under pace speed. We look high above. See how much rubber's laid down. The buildup of rubber in the corners, making it very tricky. You get outside of the racing groove, it's going to be like ice out there for these drivers. As they pace down the backstretch. Burgoyne, Graffam, your top 2. Kyle Mooney, Corey Bubar, row number 2. Bailey and Norton, row number 3. Christopher Fortier and Sean Johnson, row number 4. Getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Barney will wave the green rag. We are back underway here for the B&S Scrap Recycling 150. Nice restart for the 84 Graffam, but Burgoyne with the inside line, the preferred line. He'll jump out to your race lead. Down in the turn number 3, here comes the numbers 112 of Bubar, really working the outside of the speedway. Couldn't make anything do it. He'll fall back to 4th. Now battling 5th with the 74 of Bailey. We got trouble back there. Looks like a couple cars going around. Yellow flag is back out. At the 1/3 mark, going to go up onto the books here. Let's see what happened. Bring out our 6th yellow of the evening. Looks like it was the number 68 of Christopher York. that Barney the flag man threw the yellow flag for. It looked like chaos back there. Let's take a look and see what happened to the driver, the number 86. Happened well in front of him. A couple cars out of shape, then the 8 of Smith gets into the rear bumper. So it was in front of York on that yellow. Let's see if we can get a different angle of it. See what might have been involved. Looks like maybe the 012 of Devin Landry involved. Let's take another peek here and see what happened. Oh, the 2340 are going to get turned sideways by the number 9.
Negative.
And that'll take and happen here. Once again, we're under yellow flag for the 6th time.
See, I always
Well,
thought
they're-
shifting was.
Well, they're under yellow flag. We'll be right back here at the Flags Speedway. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsor.
The most
Guys, can you take
realistic
me off Whisper
online
on
racing sim
broadcasting?
ever made. This is Iracing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
I'm pretty sure.
Welcome
I
back
removed them on the
here
double check.
to the Flags Speedway. As we are here at the B&S Scrap Recycling 150. Here is a pace under yellow flag. Matthew Burgoyne still out there. Has not come down pit road. They do have an extra set of tires in the pits here. This is our 6th yellow flag of the evening. Burgoyne showing the way. Max Cook's in down on pit road. I believe he might be out of tonight's main event after hard contact in turns 3 and 4. He was our pole sitter. Him and the 38 Lamb having some contact off turn number 4 in our 5th yellow. This one being brought out by our after just a little bit of a racing deal, the number 9 of Sean Johnson getting into the back side of the 23 of Christopher 48. Causing a check up, and then the 8 of Smith got into the back of the number 686 of Christopher York. York resides back there in our 22nd position. The yellow lights are out here. So we are getting ready to go. Pat Green Flag Racing. Let's see where your favorite drivers sit, as we are now working our 7th. Looks like while we were away there, Christopher Burgess, Andrew McLaughlin down here on pit road. They're rolling down, trying to get the damage fixed. Burgess involved in that last yellow flag. Working lap 58, just past the 1/3 mark of tonight's 150 lap event, brought to us by the great folks at B&S Scrap Recycling. They purchase all types of metal, including automobiles, copper, brass, aluminum, and many others. Established back in 1982 by Brian Wozniak as B&S Salvage. In 2007, Joseph Pinkham took over the business and renamed it the B&S Scrap Recycling. We can't thank them enough for coming on board here for the Maine Sim Racing Series as the presenting sponsor of opening night here for the 10 race series. Up next will be December 2nd, the Thayer's Automotive Race Engines race event happening out on the West Coast at the Irwindale Speedway. One of my personal favorite racetracks, Irwindale. These cars will be 2, 3, possibly 4 wide. That track very wide and allowing for some great racing. Down there, around there, so looks like Brandon Bailey down on pit road, so we have 19 cars left on the lead lap as we are closing in 15 laps away from the halfway point. Green flag is back out, single file restart for Burgoyne, Graffam, and Mooney up on the front of this one. Already the number 12 of Kenny Tipp working to the inside of Devin Landry working the outside, get back in the gas pedal. He'll make it stick. Here comes the 38 of Lamb. Lamb has got some fresher tires, but some heavy front end damage to that number 38. He'll make it by the 12 of Tipp, making a little bit of had a little bit of a moment there. Here comes the number 4, Cameron Campbell. Campbell working to the outside. They work down here in the corner. Burgoyne still showing the way. Garrett Lamb trying to find a way. It is now the 00 of Nick Martin. Trying to find a way around Jason Ricker. Ricker up 28 positions since the green flag is dropped. Yellow flag coming back out here. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And it looks like Christopher Fortier and Alan Grass has come together. The Herman Main driver, the Bruce Coulter Carpenter, B&S Scrap Recycling, Ryan Cormier. There's automotive entry number 23 of Christopher Fortier. Not having the night. He started up inside the top 10, was having a good night there. His car has been used up here as of late as he drops back to the 19th position. Let's take a look and see what happened to Christopher Fortier. See him going down the backstretch here. Brian Treadwell in front of him. Gleason Smith. Here comes the 26 car. That was Andrew McLaughlin right to the back bumper. Oh, and Alan Grass coming in late to the party. Nowhere to go. Walks him up, but heavy contact to that number 23. Let's go on board. Alan Grass as he works down the corner. You see the contact between McLaughlin right there in front of him. And the car just bounced up the racetrack, and Grass hard contact into the left rear of Christopher Fortier. Watch it one last time here on the 23. Works in there for the Rockstar entry. Just gets him in the left rear quarter panel and up the racetrack, and Grass nowhere to go. 3 cars involved here in our 8th yellow flag of the evening. So we see back on board with Alan Grass. He'll pull off of pit road. Same with the number 8 of Smith, Gleason Smith. Up front, Matthew Burgoyne. Up 5 positions, started 6 on the grid tonight. Finds himself as your race leader as we close in 7 laps from now will be the halfway point of tonight's 150 lap main event. Running in your number 2 position is the number 84, Trevor Graffam. Kyle Mooney runs 3rd. Corey Bubar up 3 positions. He was quick in our heat race event. Went from last to get into a qualifying position. He finds himself 4th. Our biggest mover of the race, this driver, the number 9, you see on scoring, 17. That is Jason Ricker. Jason Ricker in your 5th position, up 28 spots. Right behind him, another hard charger, 00. That is Nick Morton. 7th spot will be Devin Landry. As we are going back green flag racing. Single file race start down the turn number 1 they go. It'll be the number 3 of Burgoyne showing the way. Who will lead the halfway? Graffam that time a little bit better through turns 3 and 4. Couldn't quite catch him. 0.2 of a second between your top 2. Mooney runs there in your number 3 spot. Corey Bubar is 5th. Jason Ricker in 5th. Nick Morton. We got Garrett Lamb starting to sneak his way back in this one. He's got 25 lap fresher tires on that Night Owl number 38 as he watched the number 012 of Devin Landry do battle with Nick Morton. That's the battle for the 6th position. Garrett Lamb right there behind them. And that's the battle for 7th. He's trying to find a way around Landry. He's got Tripp in his back pocket. And now they're closing in on the number 9 of Ricky. Ricker there, right there in front of the 00 Landry. They got it sorted out. Tripp now going to get underneath the 38 of Lamb. So that'll push Lamb back to your 9th position. Is Ricker now up the racetrack in front of them? Ricker going the wrong way. He's stuck on the outside. Here comes Lamb underneath that number 9 entries. They head down in the turn numbers 3. So we go on board with the 38 of Lamb looking back at the TGP number 39. We look forward now as Lamb tries to catch the backside of that Ecolab number 12 of Tripp. Landry that time kissing the inside wall. No harm, no foul as they all run single file. Yellow flag coming back out. Looks like Andrew McLaughlin once again in trouble here on the front stretch as your race leaders are going to move by on the outside. So the yellow flag coming out once again here for the number 26. Car stopping. Let's see what happened to the number 26 of Andrew McLaughlin right there behind the number 86 of York. York gets wide and gets the wall. Oh, just nowhere to go for the 26 of McLaughlin. Around went the Rockstar Energy Drink entry number 26 of McLaughlin. Let's go on board with McLaughlin. See the 686 of York get really, really tight up off the corner and just nowhere to go. That is a hard, heavy throttle input track there. Up off of turn number 4. Race leader down on pit road right now. Garrett Lamb also back down to 38. Will come off of pit lane first. Maybe trying to fix some of that damage on the Night Owl number 38. A lot of takers there. We have just reached past the halfway point. New race leader is this man, the number 12, the Ecolab entry. That is Kenny Tripp. Second place now going to come down pit road, Cameron Campbell. That might be part of a strategy play. Campbell was back outside the top 15 at the time of the yellow. And it is hard to come in, get your service done without going a lap unless you are closer to the front here. Pace laps are roughly around 39 seconds. Pit stops will be in the 25 to 30 second range to change 4 tires here on these super late models. See, right side's already done on the number 4 at Campbell. Now the crew working around to the left side, fixing some of that damage also on that number 4 as he will pull away as the pace car now enters turns 3 and 4. Crowd here, I think they paid high dollar for their seat. They're not even using it. Standing up here as we look at the field pace and by from the fans' view here at the Flags Speedway. Hopefully out there you are enjoying tonight's broadcast. If you are, please give it the thumbs up or like, subscribe to the channel. Get notified every time the Maine Sim Racing Series will take to the green flag here next on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We appreciate you subscribing to the channel, giving us a thumbs up. That allows the drivers to know that you appreciate what they're doing. Is Tripp now going to lead us to the green flag. Restart. Single file off of turn number 4. Tripp on the loud pedal. We're back underway on lap 83. Tripp showing the way down the backstretch. It'll be the 37 of Barth. We saw him in trouble early on in this event, and now he runs there in your third spot. We got them all jammed up and jelly tight as we are back under yellow flag here. Our 10th yellow of the night, Jason Ricker. And car number 9 going to go around. Heavy right side damage to that number 9. The TGD entry. See here what happened to the driver of the number 9. Racing behind the 00 of Morton. Morton checks up there. The 84 of Graffam got some contact between himself and there. Let's take a look back here one more time. You see the 00 right there in front of him make contact, and then off the corner, up the racetrack and just nowhere to go. Ricker doing nothing wrong, trying to avoid the wreck, and couldn't quite avoid it there. So the set number 9 of Ricker getting put in the outside fence hard off turn number 4, able to drive away though, and will resume his spot in the 12th position. 2 drivers tied for the hard charge right now. It's our 4th place runner, the driver of the 47 of Christopher Burgess. He's up 21 spots. Another driver that's up 21 spots was the man that was just in trouble, the number 9 of Jason Ricker. Lights still on around the speedway. Kenny Tripp showing the way. So far, out of the race, unfortunately, was the number 39 of Max Cookson and Michael Cicerelli. Runs there in your 28th position, respectfully. Max Cookson 27th out of the race. Sean Johnson out of the race on lap 48 in car number 9. Brandon Bailey down on pit road, I believe. He might have pulled the car behind the pit wall, so Ellen Grass as well. Andrew McLaughlin out on the racetrack. They ride 24th and 23rd. Brian Treadwell is 22nd with Brian Lancaster 21st. Christopher York 20th. Devin Landry 19th. Taylor Jalbert rounding in your 18th spot as we get ready to go back green flag racing here. Throw up and see where you are. Favorite driver out there is racing the Ecolab. Number 12 going to lead us to green flag. Barney ready to release the green flag. We are back underway. 60 laps to go in the B&S Scrap Recycling 150. Nathan Barth runs second. Scott Tapley and Burgess right there. They got them side by side. Here comes our early race leader, The number 3 of Matthew Burgoyne. He took a peek underneath the 92 of Mooney. Nothing quite there yet is the number 3 Dodge Charger really starting to put a charge to the field. He's got the 112 of Bubar right there behind him. Graham and Graffam rounding out your top 10 as they work around the speedway. A little bit deeper back here, Jason Ricker showing the way. It's a good side-by-side battle. Let's go speed shot. Presented by B&S Scrap Recycling. Oh, trouble down the backstretch. Hard contact. It looks like the 92 of Kyle Mooney involved. Christopher 48 involved as well. Lot of trouble on the backstretch here. Let's take a look at what happened here to bring out our 11th yellow of the evening. Down the backstretch, we see the 84 working underneath 38 of Lamb. Oh, Mooney going around. Let's go back and see if we can catch what happened to Mooney. There's Mooney's car on the backstretch. The truck says they got it queued up one more time. See Mooney working underneath the 47 of Burgess. Oh, just got loose there and around it went in the 84 Graffam. Nowhere to go. Burgess hard contact as well with the inside retaining wall. We go on board, you see the contact there in the 32, and oh, just down the racetrack. Such a helpless feeling as a race car driver that you see that car sliding down in front of you and you have nowhere to go, no time to react. Well, the Napa automobile is going to have to make a trip to the Napa store to get some repairs before the next race here on December 2nd. Let's go back live here. We see the number 92 down on pit road. Kenny Tripp still showing away here behind the pace car. The battle of attrition starting to take place now here on opening night of the Maine Sim Racing Series. Put together by Sean Campbell and company, is great sponsors out there. Got to thank them all for coming on board this season to make this all possible. Ryan's Concrete Coating, Thayer's Automotive Racing Engines, Phil's Towing, Dave's World Sand and Gravel, TGP Enterprises, BBC, the Bruce Coulter Carpentry, and tonight's, of course, presenting sponsor, the B&S Scrap Recycling out of Hudson, Maine. As the lights are out on the pace car, we are getting ready to go green flag racing once again here. Kenny Tripp going to show us the way off of turn number 4. Green flag is out. We're back underway. Tripp with a nice launch down in the turn number 1. We've got him already side by side. The 39 of Lamb jumping to the outside of Bubar. Here comes the 3 of Burgoyne. He'll get underneath Varney. Varney slipped up off of turn number 2. Maybe had some help there off the front end of that Charger. But Matthew Burgoyne showing the way up on the front of this one as he's trying to get back to the front. Tripp trying to run away and hide. He's stretching his legs out. Almost a half a second lead over the 37 of Barth. Burgoyne working to the back bumper now as he'll take a peek down to the inside as we go on board with the driver of the number 3. Matthew Burgoyne is going to work to the outside. Inside now. Doing a crossover move on Barth. He'll make that pass. Trying to bring the 112 of Bubar with him as well. Show you the top 20 running orders there right now. 20 cars still on the racetrack. Is now Bubar going to take a look to the inside of Barth. Barth on the outside, maybe his tires sealed up underneath that yellow flag. Nick Morton in that 00 starting to close in on him. Morton runs in your 5th spot. Oh, down to the inside, contact between Morton and Barth is going to go hard to the outside wall. No yellow flag as of right now. Tough break for the 37 of Nathan Barth. No yellow flag. Now the 38, a lamb into the outside wall here on the front stretch. Gets the car going in the right direction. All this happened behind the 12 of Kenny Tripp trying to run away and high, but that number 3 of Matthew Burgoyne. See the right front, the front tires, the brake pads are glowing. On that number 3, as he tries to work to the inside, as we go on board with our race leader looking back, and the B&S Scrap Recycling onboard camera. That black number 3 charging into the corner, right to the back bumper. Can't quite do anything with him that time. Now I'll take a peek to the inside, down the back stretch. Bid for your race lead. Nothing doing that time in the turn number 3. 40 laps to go as they work around the speedway. The 3 Burgoyne trying to make a move on your race leader of Kenny Tripp. Tripp running the aggressive line to the inside. Says, if you want to pass me, you're going to have to go to the outside. Tripp works to that white line through turns 1 and 2 once again. You can see the 3 able to drive in the corner a little bit deeper. A lot fresher tires. Last time Tripp was on pit road was lap number 5. Burgoyne came down just after the halfway point, lap 79. He's made his way back to your number 2 position. Takes a peek to the outside, trying to do the crossover move. That time a little bit of a bumper tap as now Bubar has come into here. His yellow flag is going to fly once again. For the 12th time, you see Brian Lancaster. Looked like Brian Lancaster involved there in car number 81. Driver out of Skowhegan, Maine, the Lancaster Motorsports Hopkins Paving, Whittemore Real Estate, Height Chevrolet sponsored number 81. He went through the spin cycle. Let's see how he got there to put us underneath our 12th yellow. See him underneath the 17 of Ricker, the 9er Ricker. Oh, he got into the back in the corner hard, into the back of 40 air, and Ricker nowhere to go, and up and around goes the 81 of Brian Lancaster, pointed in the wrong direction. Let's take another look here as we go on board with Lancaster. You see him just getting in the corner really hot there, and then around went the number 81. Couple hard hits. Take one more look at it here. Oh, the 38 Lamb. Lamb, one of the faster drivers in tonight's race. Early on, won his heat race. And that's about the end of his talking points for tonight. His night has gone downhill. Still out there, though. Your race leader, the number 3. By my calculation, has led the most laps. Could possibly take home that 3-point bonus for leading the most laps. Koya Bubar back there in your number 2 spot. How about this man, Nick Morton? Doing a great job in that number 00. The Satchers V Twin entry 00. Up 23 positions from his starting spot here tonight, so he's done a good job. Car has, well, just a little bit of tire buildup. Don't believe any damage on that car. We go on board, take a look at the Cool Collected. Nick Morton, who runs in your third position. His lights are out on the pace car. We will go green flag racing next time by off of turn number 4. Burgoyne going to lead the field to the green flag. 32 laps to go as we get the green flag, this time off a turn 4. Burgoyne running way up high. He'll jump on the loud pedal and he'll get a nice launch. Bubar right there in your number 2 spot. Morton third as we got him stacking up there to 43. How about this drive with Burgess? We saw him get in trouble early on. That car has seen better days, but he quietly sits in your 5th position right there behind the number 1 of Varney. The injury making a nice rebound as well. Same with the driver in front of him, the number 8. That's Gleason Smith. His yellow flag is going to wave once again, slow in the field. See what the yellow flag is for. Not really sure. Didn't see any damage or anybody out there. Oh, maybe the 08. Yeah, the 08 and Garrett Lamb is the reason for the yellow. See the contact between the 23 of 40 and the 08 of Grass going around there. So as we are slowed once again here on BNS Scrap Recycling, a lot of these drivers are going to have to make a trip up to the Hudson, Maine. Drop off their body parts that are going to be no longer good here on the super late models after they make the long trek from Florida up to Maine. Before they have next week off, then we're back at it. December 2nd out at the Irwindale Speedway for the Thayer's Automotive Night. Looks like the number 18 getting the lucky dog. That is Kevin Douglas. He's got the lucky dog. He works past the pace car, so he'll get 1 lap back. And that'll put him on the lead lap. He'll be our 16th and final car on the lead lap right now. See the scroll up there, shows you where your favorite driver is running during this yellow flag period. Gotta thank y'all for tuning in here tonight. Drivers appreciate you watching. I appreciate you watching. If you have not yet done it, please hit the subscribe button to the Turn 3 Racing Network. Get notification every time the Maine Sim Racing Series will go green flag. Or check out any of our other nights of racing. We broadcast 7 nights of the week with all sorts of racing from dirt tracks to asphalt short tracks to the big guys up at the cup level. We have it all right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, your home for everything sim racing. So yellow lights have gone out here around the speedway. Can Matthew Burgoyne hold on to it for 25 more laps? He's made it back to the green up to the lead. Arul Bubar take and seal it. How about Nick Morton back there in 3rd? He's been quietly in there in the top 3 all night. As the green flag comes out, we're back underway. Burgoyne going to jump to the early race lead, but here comes the number 8 of Smith. He'll take a bid to the inside of the 43 of Burgess. Burgess couldn't do anything with the run on the one of Varney that time, but up front things are starting to tighten up. The number 1. 12 of Bubar right to the back bumper. As yellow flag comes out, looks like Devin Landry. And car number 012 has gone around. And his unsponsored number 012, the car looks to be a little bit damaged on the left front. Driver out of Augusta, Maine, the Seacoast Security Fortitude Fitness Shed City Pro Concrete, number 012 of Devin Landry. Truck says they got it queued up. Let's take a look and see what happened to Landry. Running the outside there. Oh, the 8 of Smith got loose in front of him. Oh, they tried to cut the gap there between Smith was still out of shape, and around went the number 12 of Landry. Take another look back and see the 8 get really loose to the inside and just gives him the old Canadian flea flicker into the outside wall. And then try to split the gap, and well, someone was down low. Take a look here once again on board. See there, and then you take a look back. And the 37 of Barth just nowhere to go. The 12 trying to squeeze in there between Barth and it's a tough break for Devin Landry here. Stays out on a racetrack, but he just lost all that track position inside the top 10 all the way back to 16th. Burgoyne still showing away in that SRT Charger. Right behind him, number 112, that's Corey Bubar. He hails from Windham, Maine, in the J.A. Simpson Coastal Road Repair entry. Nick Martin in the Satches V-Twin entry runs there in your third spot. Brandon Varney started in the 10th position. He runs right there in 4th position. Sharp looking race car, the RPM entry. Aston Burgess, car number 43, runs in the 5th spot. His lights go out. Kyle Mooney, Gleason Smith, Nathan Bart, Tyler Gelbert, and Cameron Campbell rounding out your top 10 cars as we get ready to go green flag racing once again. Burgoyne really using the outside of the speedway up there where all those marbles were. Yellow flags have cleaned them up towards the wall as we go ready to go green flag here. Barney throws the green flag and we are back underway. Burgoyne with a nice start down the backstretch over Bubar, the 40. The 00 right there close in tow as well. Your top 3 kind of separating themselves by a few car lengths. Over your 4th place driver, the number 1 of Varney. Burgess right there in his back pocket. Kyle Mooney doing a nice rebound after hard contact in his left rear earlier on in the event. Gleason runs in your 7th spot. Nathan Bart. Tyler Gelbert with a nice rebound in that 04. He'll take a peek to the inside of Bart. Bart going to try to squeeze him down to the turn 3 and 4. Off of turn 4, it'll be Gelbert with the position on Barth. And here comes the 12 of Tripp. Kenny Tripp going to try to fill that hole, but I believe Barth is going to be able to cut them off. Slam, bumper tag down in the turn 3. Some more bumper tag. Somehow they managed to keep it clean and green up off of turn number 4. Business is picking up as we are closing in on the later stages of this main event. Matthew Burgess can't seem to shake the 112 of Bubar. And here's Morton. Was Morton just riding in 3rd, saving his tires? Morton trying to find a way as they look on board into turns 3 and 4. Nathan Barth has brought out the yellow flag once again. The 37 of Barth having some issues with the PFC brakes. Number 37, let's take a look and see what happened to Nathan Barth. Running you see Smith get loose there, 3 wide situation, and just ping-ponged off the side of the 8 and into the 0-4. Barth going through the spin cycle. Do not believe that was that hard of a contact. I believe he should be okay here. Let's go on board and see him. Gleason get loose to the inside. There's a slight contact, and that contact sent him up into the outside to the 0-4 of Jalbert. And around she went for the spin cycle. We come back live here. He's tagged on to the back of the field there, right behind Kevin Douglas, up into the 15th position right now. So Nathan Barth runs 16th. 15th is the number 18 of Kevin Douglas. Scott Tapley runs 14th. 13th spot, Christopher York. He's had an eventful night, but finds himself with a nice top 15 run going on right now for the driver out of Turner, Maine, in the Central Maine Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu sponsor, number 86. Runs 13th. 12th spot is the number 12 of Devin Landry. In front of him, the 11 spot will be the 4 of Cameron Campbell. Christopher Burgess rounding out the top 10 here as we work our way forward through your running order of lead lap cars. So Burgess in the 47 runs 10th. In front of him, the 0-4 Tyler Jalbert. Kenny Tripp up to 8th spot after going to the back of the field. He finds himself 8. Gleason Smith in car number 8 runs there in the 7th position. Kyle Mooney in the car number 92 out of Auburn, Maine, runs 6th. Ashton Burgess runs 5th. Brandon Varney up 6 spots since the start of the race here after 142 laps are in the books. Nick Morton, our hard charger, up 23 spots. Started 20th on tonight's grid. He finds himself 3rd. He was able to keep pace with these two. Corey Bubar in car number 112 and the 3 of Matthew Burgoyne as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Green flag is up and we're back underway. Burgoyne with a nice start, but the 2 cars right behind him close in tow as well. Barney down the back stretch. Yellow flag, the pace car comes out again. Kevin Douglas looks like has gone around here in car number 18. Take a look here in the turn 3 race and replay. See what happened to the 18 of Kevin Douglas. Oh, Barth just gets down in the corner a little bit hot and just tags him in the left rear, and around goes the number 18 of Kevin Douglas, and yellow lights were out once again. Come back live. We'll be right back after a quick word from our sponsors.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back here to the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you are enjoying tonight's broadcast here. We are under yellow flag for the Maine Sim Racing Series. Tonight's race being brought to us by our great friends up at the BNS Scrap Recycling Center up in Hudson, Maine. Metal scrap recycling company that will buy all of your metals, including automobiles, copper, brass, aluminum, and many other forms of metal. Head on up to Hudson, Maine, drop them off here. We can't thank BNS Scrap Recycling for being on board here for the opening race of the Maine Sim Racing Series as we get ready to go. Back green flag racing once again. Pace car gonna pull off of the racing surface. Now it's in the hands of Matthew Burgoyne. Green flag is back up with just 2 laps to go. Green, white, checkered racing coming at you. Oh, Barney's gonna go around. Yellow flag is going out. The number 1 of Varney. Brandon Varney was your 4th place car. Heavy contact like the 43 of Burgess involved as well. As you see, not too happy with the 43 of Burgess as the white flag is out. This race is going to end underneath yellow conditions. Yellow checkered flag coming on out. Matthew Burgoyne going to hold on to win night number 1. Bubar will finish 2nd, Morton 3rd. Gleason Smith and Gelbert rounding out your top 5 cars here tonight. Was a great race here. Slowed just 17 times, but the number 3 gonna come around here to victory lane. We will talk to our race winner, Matthew Burgoyne, here momentarily on the Turn 3 Racing Network post-race show. As they come down here, we'll see if we also can catch up with anybody else here on the racetrack. But what a great race that was here tonight for the opening night. Ooh. Opening night here. Sorry about that here. Guy down the truck has lost his mind. Let's see if we'll retrieve our data here and we'll take that. So we'll take a look here as the number 3 of Matthew Burgoyne burns it down as the fireworks go flying here off of turn number 2. Congratulations to Matthew Burgoyne. We will see if we do have Morton down here as well. So we'll be right back here with our post-race show. You're watching the Maine Sim Racing Series presented by the BNS Scrap Recycling here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at Iracing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, Iracing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, You don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out Iracing.com.
Welcome back here to the Five Flags Speedway as we have wrapped up night number 1 for the Maine Sim Racers, and we are down in Victory Lane with a very happy Matthew Burgoyne. And Matt, what a race that was for you out there. Talk us through the entire night. How'd you make it happen here tonight at the Five Flags Speedway?
Oh, that was a long night. Kind of a lot of cautions there. Hopefully the races from here on out go a little bit more mean and green, so we have a better show. First off, I'd like to thank BNS for sponsoring the race, and Sean Campbell for everything he's done for it. But yeah, it was basically just try to figure out when you need to come and get fuel and tires and play the game right. Max and Garrett Lamb were going to be major contenders there, and they kind of came in early and got caught up and stuff. So coming in a little bit later kind of played to my advantage there.
Yeah, coming in lap 79, the top 3 cars that here tonight all came in lap 79. Was that your plan from the get-go with your crew chief to kind of wait to halfway and see if you needed to come in, or did you guys that was just a plan from the get-go?
My first plan was to come in with like 50 to go, right around there, but we had so many cautions I was worried about having time to make it back through, so we pitted a little bit earlier. There was talk there. We almost had enough to make it to the end on fuel, and actually looking back, we could have made it through without stopping for fuel. So it's kind of on the whim moment that we decided to come in pit road then.
But you come back out of the field, you have to work your way through. How was the racing out there? It looked very fierce, a lot of very tight battles going out there. We mentioned the yellow flags, which you happened to avoid those, but after you came in, talk us through the rest of your race that ended up with you here in Victory Lane.
Yeah, there's definitely there's no give and take, which you can expect on the simulator, which is what makes it awesome. Everybody's on the same setup, same equipment, and everybody's fierce. And we just kept our nose very clean. I had no damage and was able to bring it home.
Well, congratulations on picking up the inaugural win here tonight on the opening night for the Maine Sim Racing Series. Before I let you go here and celebrate and get headed back up home, who makes it all possible for you?
Oh, I gotta thank my wife for letting me spend time on the simulator. We got a newborn upstairs, and it's kind of complicated if I could spend some time on it, and was able to come down here, and just gotta thank him, thank her, and I gotta thank Max Cookson. He's kind of coached me through the learning how to, do Iracing and stuff, from the real world. That's about it.
Well, congratulations, and we'll see you at Irwindale in 2 weeks' time. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you then.
Thank you.
There's your winner tonight, Matthew Burgoyne. He'll pick up tonight's win as we move on down here to our third place finisher here tonight. Second place is going to go to the 112 of Corey Bubar, but it'll be in our third place tonight. It'll be the 00 of Nick Morton. And Nick, you've got to be worn out here tonight as you are a hard charger, up 23 positions since the green flag dropped 150 laps ago. You come home in your third position. How'd that happen for you here tonight?
Well, it was basically survival. I knew starting way back I had a terrible heat race. I knew it was going to be a rough race, and I just had to avoid what I could and just keep picking off cars as you can, and that's about it. Yeah.
Coming home in the third spot, you kept your car pretty clean there. I don't see too many scratches and dents on that 00. So you had a good race. You came in on lap 79, and you come home with a third place finish. Headed to Irwindale. Have you turned many laps out there for our second race of the season here coming up on December 2nd?
I have not. I've never actually turned any laps there, so it'll be interesting. Start practicing, see what we can do.
Well, you had a great race. Come out of here second place or third place overall. Got to be pretty happy with that effort.
Yeah, it was fun. I was hoping we could get some green flag laps. I didn't think I had anything for Corey or Matt, but if they started racing, when we had a little bit of a run, they started racing. I was starting to close in on them, but like Matt said, there's too many cautions that kind of plagued what could have been a good race, but hopefully we'll clean that up for the next one.
Well, before we let you go here tonight, who makes it all possible for you to come out here and race on Wednesday nights?
Well, I want to thank BNS Scrap for putting on the race, and Sean for everything he does, and everyone in the group that shows up in races so we can do this. And I got to thank Matt, Max, because we were discussing strategy together. I kind of just followed what Matt did, and it led me to third.
Well, congratulations on your third place run. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time out on the West Coast at the Irwindale Speedway. Have a good Thanksgiving, and we'll see you then.
Thank you, sir.
That's your third place finisher here tonight. That is Nick Morton. And car number 00 as we go live here tonight, as we are live here on the front stretch at our post-race show. Let's take a look and see where your favorite drivers finish. You see them rolling across the top there. We'll take a look at the unofficial results from the BNS Scrap Recycling 150. Finishing, we talked to him earlier, Matthew Burgoyne in car number 3 picked up the win. Corey Bubar will finish second. Nick Morton third. Fourth will go to Gleason Smith. And rounding out your top 5, Tyler Jalbert. There's your top 18 drivers. Last car in the lead lap, car number 92 of Kyle Mooney. The first car down laps will be the number 81 of Brian Lancaster. Taking a look back here through Max Cookson. These 28 cars were started the race here tonight. It was Christopher Fortier down there in your 11th spot, and then everybody else there 28th on back. Here's the drivers that did not make the rest of the field here tonight, as they were unable to make the show. From Sean Campbell as our leader here at the Maine Sim Racing Series. He is our race director. Thank you for him coming on board with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Let's take a look here. That's your 40 cars that attempted to qualify here tonight for the 26 starting positions. We had 28 cars with provisionals take the green flag, and this is what your current point standings look like. Minus the bonus points, there are bonus points available out there as well as we go up above here on the BNS Scrap Recycling here. This is what your current point standings look like after round 1. Matthew Burgoyne is going to have 60 points. I believe he led the most laps, so he'll have 63 points at least leaving here tonight. Corey Bubar will come home in a second. So pretty much where they finished, depending on the bonus point structure. That is your unofficial point standings for the Maine Sim Racing Series here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Well, that'll do it for everybody here at the Turn 3 Racing Network. Congratulations once again to the number 3 of Matthew Burgoyne, who picks up tonight's feature event winner from BNS Scrap Recycling Night. Everybody involved here, I'm Al Smith. Thank you for tuning in. We will see you at the races.